Hey, we're back at Wheelie Fun. We're going to check out what goes into getting fitted for a bike. Okay, so Bob's going to fit me for a bike, and you need me to back up into this steel rod.
That's pretty much it.
And I shouldn't be nervous at all.
I'm a trained bike store professional. So
okay.
Just back up into the tray, your heels all the way to the back.
Takes a lot of trust here.
Yeah. Well, it may be a little painful, but not bad. So what I'm going to do is raise this, and I need you to keep your heels flat, and I'm going to pull it up with some force.
Okay.
Okay, so we're pretty much snug there.
Yes, we are.
Okay. The most important measure on the bike, though, isn't the saddle height, which is what most people go off of from frame sizing, but it's your torso. So to get that, we're going to put this right here and find the notch right near. There we go. And now we're going to drop the height, so look up a little. Good posture. And that's that part. So hop off and let me do some math.
Okay.
Easy for me to say.
Didn't hurt as much as it looked like it would.
No, it's pretty pain-free, but I think it's probably the most critical aspect of choosing a bike is getting the proper size. And unfortunately, most bike stores will say, hey, throw a leg over it, pick it up, and if you have a little clearance, they say that's the right size.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, a lot of people get the wrong size bike because of that. And that means it's not as fun to ride.
Oh, I bet.
What's the number here, Doc?
62.
Okay. Even?
Yes, sir.
That's great. And you are 176 tall.
Okay.
Which is 5'9".
Oh, my.
You thought you're taller, huh?
I thought I was tall.
Okay. And I've got some measurements, so let's build a bike over here and see where we end up. You'll need your shoes for this part.
All righty.
And while you're getting those on, I'm going to build the bike. This is a great tool. It allows me to check sizes on bikes even if I don't have them in stock. So before somebody buys a bike, we already know that it's the right critter. And 74.96. All right, hop on. Let's see what we've got.
That's a little bit of a reach.
Okay, just stand forward for me. We'll lower that saddle just a bit. Let's give that a try. All right, go ahead and pedal for me a little bit. And now I want your arms in the aero bars. That's not so bad. We take some tweaks from this point and then pick a bike that best fits from here. I think we'd slide your saddle back a little.
Okay.
But that gets us to how we pick the spine or the frame of the bike. And from there, it's just little tweaks on height. And so we could probably bring this up
I noticed you measured my torso, so does that have an effect on how long this bar is? Or?
Exactly. This is called the top tube on the bike, and it's actually the most important measurement you can have on the bike because unlike the height of the bike, which can change dramatically with raising and lowering the seat, the only thing I can really do to affect the top tube is the stem measurement here.
Okay.
And unfortunately, if I get too long of a stem, I put a lot of weight over the front wheel, which obviously
changes the mechanics.
Exactly. So we want your weight kind of centered between the wheels, and that's probably a little bit more comfortable.
That does feel better.
And the saddle's a little high still, so. So now you're ready for your first triathlon.
You betcha.
And we'd have to tweak this for some wider bars to fit your manly shoulders there.
Now you're stroking my ego. I like that.
It's a little bit of sales.
Well, that is amazing. And is there a fee for people who come down and want to get fitted? Is that a service that you provide along with the purchase? How does that work out?
Well, if you're going to buy the bike from us, what we normally do is we normally measure everybody just like we did.
Yeah.
We normally will double check. There are a lot of people who are pretty standard who we won't have to put on this bike. We can look for a frame set in the catalogs that matches the size.
Okay.
And then we'll look at bikes. We never look at the bikes first. We look at the person first. Then we bring them over and we set up their bike to them. For a fee, if you've already got a bike and you're not comfortable with it, we do a lot of sizing. We've sized people who have won overall at Ironman races. We've sized professional cyclists before. That's $65 for a road bike, $75 for a triathlon bike. We also offer a service called a dynamic fit, which is $200. It takes about 3 hours. And this bike, as you sit on it, has some unique abilities. It can measure your heart rate, It can measure your power at the back wheel. It can measure what percentage of the power comes from your right leg or your left leg, and how fast your legs are going around. So we can actually tweak the fit to maximize power per heart rate.
Oh, that's amazing. What a interesting science.
That's great.
I appreciate you opening this whole world up to us. And this is in Lebanon. Go figure. Right off the new bike trail as well. So if you haven't been here at Wheelie Fun, be sure to come on down and say hi to Bob and check it out. Find out the depth of having fun on a bike. Thanks,
Great.
Bob.